Today we're talking about websites, simple, clean, and free websites you can build right inside Canva. This isn't about building a massive blog or a complicated e-commerce store. It's about having a place to showcase your brand, your products, or your content, even if you're a faceless creator. We'll cover how to design your home or landing page, how to structure your services or product sections, and how to make your site work as a link in bio or starter site. Let's build your online presence, one click at a time. If you've never built a website before, don't worry. In this section, I'll walk you through the structure and layout of a Canva website, from picking your template to choosing a color scheme that fits your brand.
Did that website hurt your eyes as well? Your website is your business's most important marketing tool. Today, you cannot afford to have a crappy website, or even worse, not to have a website. Now I know many of us are still delaying the project of creating a website simply because building one can be expensive, time-consuming, or we simply don't know where to start. We think, I don't have the skills, and to be honest, I don't have the budget to pay someone else to build my website right now. Now, on the other hand, we know very well that having a great website could be an important asset for our business. It could help us grow. It could help us get discovered or build our authority toward our market audience. One thing you need to consider though, if you're thinking about building your own website, is that you have to understand that here, again, your visitors will judge you very quickly. They will form their first impression of your business in a matter of seconds, based on how your homepage looks like. If it looks amateurish or if it's not easy to navigate, you will probably lose that prospect forever. Now, if your visuals look great and manage to grab their attention, your visitors will read through your website and discover what your business is all about. And guys, I have some great news for you today. Canva just made creating your own website super easy. It is now easier than ever and accessible to everyone. In fact, in this section of the course, I will teach you how to create your very own landing page. A landing page that will help you sell your products or services, a landing page that will help you get a new job, or a landing page that will contribute to building your personal brand. You decide. Or actually, you don't even have to decide, you can build them all. As usual, we will build this project together. I will hold your hand and accompany you every single step of the way. And by the end of this section, you will have your very own website published and functional. Now, how good is that?
You don't need fancy tools or code to build a clean, clickable homepage. Here, I'll show you how to turn a Canva design into a functional website, perfect for creators, freelancers, or digital product sellers who need an online hub.
I would like to start by taking a minute or two to go over what these Canva sites are and what they aren't. Indeed, I believe it is super important that we start this new section of the course with the right expectations. So let's dive into Canva's official communication and see what these Canva sites are all about. Canva describes their sites as an easy way to build your online presence. They refer to the sites as page scroll down websites or one-page websites. So based on that, and also based on my own experience with these websites, we can say that Canva sites are simple one-page websites or landing pages that you can navigate by scrolling down. What they are not at this stage, and this might change in the future, they are not multi-page websites. So you will not find a hamburger menu or a top navigation menu allowing you to visit multiple pages on these websites. Of course, you can create multiple sections on your site. So for example, you could start on the top of the page with an About Us section, then continue with a few sections presenting the services or the product that you offer, a section with client testimonials, and the last section at the bottom with some contact information. That is totally possible, but it will all be one single scrolling page. With sites, Canva wants everyone to develop and up-level their online presence. They want you to build your personal brand, to create a website, and develop your online presence, and that even if you have no idea of how to create a website. I really love that they are trying to do to website what they did to graphic design and then to video. They want to make it that simple so that everybody can do it. Like I was saying in the introduction of this section, many people still don't have a website today. And that is because creating one is not that easy. And yes, there are accessible website builders out there like Wix or Squarespace. And yes, these are relatively easy to use, but none of them are really dead simple. Like simple enough to empower everyone to create their website. There are still some twists, there are still some hurdles that prevents the less tech-savvy among us to really go out there and create their website. What Canva is putting on the table right here with sites is different. It is, in my opinion, that dead simple solution. Canva sites allow anyone to create and publish a website in a couple of hours, and this completely for free. They've managed to remove all the obstacles and really simplify the process of creating beautiful websites. On top of that, Canva tells us that these websites are Google friendly or search friendly and responsive, meaning they will look great on any device. And you'll see in the next lectures that the experience of creating your website is very similar to designing anything else in Canva. You will create your website in the Canva editor, and once it's finished, you'll push a button and publish your website. Need to make changes to your website? No problem. Simply come back to your design, make your changes, and publish again. That simple. Now, before I wrap up this lecture, I would like to tell you a little bit about what sites are still missing today. And this might change. It's very probable that it will change as Canva will go and add more features to sites. But at the time of filming this video, Canva sites do not offer a way to sell your products, like they have no cart option or payment gateway integration. They do not offer email capture mechanisms, so you won't be able to capture people's email for now. Also, they are not really ideal for blogging, so for blogs, because they don't have that multi-page menu. They do not offer email hosting, so you won't be able to have your email associated with your Canva site. And they do not allow you to translate the entire website and let users choose their language when they log on to your website. Now, again, keep in mind that these features are probably something Canva is considering, and we might very well see them coming to the platform in the future. So, who's ready to create their website?
If you're selling a service, offering digital products, or showcasing content, this section is key. Let's talk about what to include on your offer pages, how to guide your visitors' attention, and how to make your call to action clear.
Welcome back, guys. Let's continue building our website. So this is where we got so far. Okay, so we have designed our landing page, our home page, I would say, with the 4 different buttons that will lead to the different sections of the website. And I'm going to show you at the end of this lecture how to link these buttons to the actual sections of your website. But yeah, this is where we are. So we need to design a page for our courses, a page about talks and webinars, and a page for people to know how we can work together, collaborations. All right, so there are 2 ways really to go about this. You could design from scratch, and if this is what you want to do, I highly recommend you sketch every single page on a piece of paper first, so that you understand how they will actually look, and it will be easier for you to find the right elements, to find the right visuals. The second way to go about this, which is the easy way, is to use some of Canva's templates. Okay, so when you use Canva's templates, you actually tap into some websites that have already been designed by professional designers or talented Canva creators if it's sourced from the community. So this is the option I decided to go with, and I want to run you through my entire thought process for designing these other pages. So The page about my courses, I want to display 3 of my best-selling courses, okay? And maybe some student testimonials as well to kind of give some social proof on this little website of testimonials of happy customers, happy students. Then the section about talks and webinars, I just want to let people know I also can create and deliver custom webinars for specific events. So you can invite me to be part and to talk at your event. Okay, and I want to give an easy way for people to contact me and ask for my prices or offer me a specific webinar opportunity, so something like that. And then the last button right here, work with me, I would like to let people know, look, I'm open to all of these things. So I'm open for you to reach out so that I can create a sponsored video about your company, your product or service on our YouTube channel. You can reach out to me if you want to get me on your podcast. We could collaborate on content creation. So I want to show people, I want to give people a few ideas of how we could work together. So how did I get there? How did I select the right templates? And from these templates, what did I pick? Like what pages did I select? Okay, so the way I went about this is like so, okay? So this is simply a search for website. From the Canva homepage, I typed in website, just like we did in the previous lecture, and this is the page, the result page of all the different websites. So I also used some of these filters right here. I used in the style filters, I used simple, modern, clean, and in the themes, I used business. Okay, so this kind of narrowed down my results right here to approximately 40 templates. It is very probable that when you take this course, you will see more templates because Canva will just keep adding more and more and more website templates, which is a great thing for you and for all of us as users because then we'll have more choices. But at this time, because the Canva Sites feature is still relatively new as of today, I have about 40 results for these filters, which is fine. So I'm going to show you what I did. I simply went ahead and hovered my mouse over each of these templates and quickly saw like a preview of the pages and thought, okay, is this something I could use on my website? If not, I just simply moved on to the next one. So here you see I'm not clicking on anything, I'm just hovering the mouse over the template and the pages just like scroll through. So this one, not so interesting to me. Actually, this first page, the second page right here, could be a good about me. This page as well could be interesting. So this one seems interesting, so I will preview it so I can actually scroll through it at my own pace. So get to know me. This could be my about me section. I will have a little bit more text, but I see there enough space. I could push the call to action down and have a visual here. Available properties, so this would be great for displaying my 3 courses that I want to show there. Oh, I have a satisfied client. So this template is actually very appealing to me because it has a lot of the things that I want to add to my website. So what I will do, I will star this website using the star button right here. I could also open it and keep that in a separate tab, but for now I just star it. And I will recall it from Canva. Okay, so let's continue. So I did this pretty much for most of these templates. Took me a little bit of time because I really wanted to see if there are some assets in them that could be useful. The other one I selected is this one right here for one specific page. I'm going to show it to you by previewing the template. And that is the last, this page right here. Okay, so this page I think will be very good for me for the work with me section of the website. So I'm going to star this template as well. All right, now back to my website right here. We are going to start creating the other pages. So let's go. The second page is going to be my About Me page. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the background for now, because if you remember correctly, in my Ronnie website folder, which is still right here, I do have a second background, this one right here, this gray background. So what I'm going to be doing on the website is to alternate the yellow background and the gray background. And I'm going to alternate these colors to clearly distinguish the different sections of the website. So this one is going to be coming right here on page number 2 of the website, and then the next page will be a yellow one, and then gray, and then yellow. You got the point. So what I'm going to do is to also add some blur to this image, so we stay consistent with the first background right here. So I'm clicking on it and then edit image. And again, my adjust sliders, I'm going to click on see all. And this time I'm going to add a bit more blur than 12. I'm going to go all the way to 21. Okay, 21, this looks good. And I'm going to right click on it, set image as background. And then double click, and I'm going to zoom in some more because I want to add a little bit of randomness to my background. I don't want them all to be exactly identical. I want to have this feel that they are actually changing throughout the website. The only way I can do this is if I zoom in on these backgrounds. So I have enough space here and here and here at the bottom to actually move this one around. Because if it's just only the dimensions of my page, then I cannot move it because it's just filling up the page. So I'm going to leave it like so. It's just a little bit of randomness to it. Nothing really fancy. I didn't touch the page dimension. This is another feature that I haven't yet spoken about, but you can actually, let me add another page and show you from here. You can reduce and scale the dimension of each sections, each pages of your website. You see, I can make it longer if I want, and I can really go very long if I want. I don't know what's the limit, but I can make this really long or really narrow. The narrowest is this, is 40 pixel high, you see, 40. And I like that Canva actually gives you the measurement. But I'm not changing the ones that I have created, especially not the homepage, but I'm not changing the dimension of any of them because I feel like Canva by default is giving you the appropriate size so that it fits a mobile phone screen entirely. Okay, so I'm not messing around with this, but it's just know that this is an option, and I will show you at the end of the project, we will actually create a custom dimension. So for now, I'm just going to delete this last page and keep page number 2 right here. Okay, now I have my background. This page is ready to welcome the information that I need for my page right here, which is my About Me page. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and find this template that I starred, remember? So where do you find your starred template? It's under your folder, okay? And you'll see your star right here. And now you have a mix of different images and graphics and also templates that you have saved. So the template I'm gonna be using is this one right here. I'm gonna click on it and making sure page 2 is selected. Actually, I'm creating a new page. Otherwise, this page, if I bring it here, will replace my current page 2. And I want to keep this background. So creating page number 3. And I'm going to bring this page right here. Okay. What I'm going to do next is to copy everything. I'm going to move these guides out of the way because now I'm done with them. So I have copied everything here. I'm going to Command X or Control X and then Control V to bring it back. Okay, the reason why I'm copying and pasting from a template is because I figured Canva has already optimized their layout. Okay, so they know where to put each elements, each text boxes, photos, titles, so that it looks great. Let me preview this very quickly on a mobile, and you will see that this page looks actually great. So I'm not gonna mess too much with the size of the text boxes, the titles, the visuals, or even the calls to action, because they are already pretty much where they need to be. All I'm going to do is to swap them for my own things, my own text, my own calls to actions, my own titles. Okay, but they already look good. They are already quite optimized. So this is why I'm working with some existing templates. Okay, so from here, this text right here, I'm going to change it. I'm going to make this slightly larger, and I'm going to change this for a creative entrepreneur. Okay, a creative entrepreneur. This is good. I'm going to change this for my font, which is prompt bold. Okay, and I'm going to go for 42 in size. And I need to remain consistent with all my text boxes and my H1, H2, H3 titles. They need to remain consistent across the entire website. So if this is 42, all the other page titles will need to be in prompt bold 42. This is super important. Let's preview this one more time to see if changing this text changed anything here. A creative entrepreneur. This looks good. I'm happy with this. Now I need to simply change, and I can push this up slightly. I'm going to change the visuals. So here I have a visual in my website folder that I created earlier. This is the visual. And this shows the media reach of basically the different channels that I am active on. Okay, so I'm going to scale that up a little bit and I'm going to position it exactly here. I could drop it in the frame. I mean, why not? And then move the frame, but the frame is exactly where it needs to be already. So I can double click on the frame and maybe zoom in a bit on this image, like so, and click out. And now this is what it looks like. So this is already pretty good. I'm going to ungroup these elements right here and move the call to action down a bit and replace the text for my text. This font needs to be consistent with the rest of my fonts, so it should be in the prompt family, probably prompt light, size 18, that's fine. But I'm going to paste my real text. So this is the text I want to have on this page. I have two passions, teaching and building communities. Let me zoom in a bit. So I'm going to fit. Yeah, I have two passions, teaching and building communities. I see Canva as a powerful tool to generate an income while doing what you love. That is why I teach about it. I worked at Canva for 2 years and now I focus on my online courses and YouTube channel. Okay, I like that. I'm going to bring this to the middle of my page. Maybe I push up this title a bit and I can move the visual up a little bit too. And then my call to action. I actually don't like too much this style of call to action, like this oval shape. I would prefer something a little bit more modern, a little bit cleaner. And I have something in mind. I would love to continue like duplicating this style of buttons right here. So let's click on one. Let's grab one actually. And I Control-C this one to copy it. I'm going to come here, delete this one, and Command-V, Control-V. Now, this is what I have. I have this button right here that I can center with my text box. And this button needs to be custom as well. Okay, so from here, what I would love to do is to redirect people to another website that I have created, which is more about telling people how they can get started with Canva. So I'm going to show you this website very quick. So this is the website. It's another website I have created with Canva. If you follow our YouTube channel, you would probably recognize this website. And so on this website, I have 3 free ways for people to get started today. So to discover our content on YouTube, to dive deeper with some classes, and then to start creating by signing up for Canva. Okay, so this website right here, it's just a link. I'm going to copy the link, come back to my project, which is right here. And the call to action should be related to starting your Canva journey, basically. So I would like the call to action to be start your Canva journey. Start your Canva journey. Okay, so this is good. And obviously I need the call to action to pop out a little bit more than this, because black with the rest of the text on the same page being black as well, it's not going to work. So I need another color for this. I need something that will pop, definitely pop from this page. So something in the pink maybe, or fuchsia colors. So I actually have a color that I really like, this fuchsia right here, which is pretty close to the fuchsia from Fairtrade Connection. I want to use this one. So let's go ahead and bring that color from my brand kit, okay, and same for the text, like so. And I'm probably going to bold this text, or actually change the font to prompt bold. Okay, so now I have a bolder call to action right here that looks good. And the last thing I want to do is to make it bigger. Okay, so 12 is not big enough. I have in mind maybe 15. So with the text box selected, I'm going to go ahead and push for 15, and then need to have all of this on one single line. Okay, just making sure it is aligned right here. Start your Canva journey. The last thing I need to do is to add my link. Remember, I copied that link. So I put it here. When you add a link to a text box, it will underline your text. So make sure you get rid of the underline if you don't want it. I don't really like it. So get rid of it. And here, if you pay close attention, you have two different things going on. You have your text box, which is where I just pasted my link. See, my link is right here. But I have this other thing, which is the frame around my text box. And this one doesn't have a link yet. So if people like misclick, they don't click on the text, but they click on the box, nothing will happen. So I will also paste my link in the box. Okay, so now I have my link in the box on the text box. And so it's kind of impossible to miss this button. Now, the last thing I want to do is to test this page, preview this page before we move on to the next page. So on desktop, looks great, okay? But I'm more worried about the mobile version, and this is what it looks like on mobile. So I'm pretty happy about this. A creative entrepreneur, the text is big enough. I have my visual, and then I have my paragraph, and then the button right here. Maybe I could push the paragraph slightly more up, so I have a little bit more space for the call to action. Let's try this. If I push it up a bit, I'm not sure it's going to change much, but let's preview this again and go straight to mobile. Yeah, there is a little bit more space. So this is good. I'm gonna leave page number 2 like so and move on to page number 3. Okay, so page number 3 is going to be this same color. So I'm going to come back to page 1 and duplicate it. Okay, duplicate the page. It's going to be duplicated right underneath. So I'm going to have to move this page down. Okay, and delete all of its content. And then the last thing I want to do is to add a bit of randomness to this visual right here. So I'm going to double click on it, and you see here I didn't zoom in. Okay, so maybe I should come back to page 1, double click, let me zoom out, and zoom in a bit on this page so I can start adding this randomness to it. Okay, so this will be page 1. I'm going to actually delete this page all together, like delete the page, delete this page as well, and duplicate this one again because I duplicated it before zooming in. So now I'm zoomed in and I want to duplicate it again, getting rid of everything on it, and then double click here, and now is where I can add this randomness. I can move this like so, for example, and now it's kind of similar to page 1, but it's not. Okay, I just added some randomness to it. All right, so this page is going to correspond to this button right here that says courses. All right, so I want to showcase on this page my 3 best-selling courses so that my visitors can go straight to them on Udemy and decide to buy it, okay? So I actually saw something pretty cool in one of the templates. So let me come back to templates. And it was under my start template actually on this website. Yes, this page right here with 3 little placeholders and 3 photos. This will work perfectly for my courses. So I'm going to create a new page, add this page right here. You see here it says available properties. So I'm going to copy all of this. Let me first see how it looks on a mobile. So this is very important, and I love that Canva has this feature that lets you see how everything looks. You see that my text, my title, it shows smaller than the other page right here on page 2. So I want this to kind of look like page 2. So I will have to make sure I change this for the other text box. But for the rest, I really like how these 3 placeholders look. And all I will have to do is to change the photos and the little description for something related to my courses. So let's go ahead and create that. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to Control-C all of these boxes right here and paste that here. And I'm going to bring my title from this previous page and paste that here. Okay, I'm going to make that slightly bigger and add my title, which is Fun and Affordable Courses. Fun and Affordable Courses. Now, let's see how this looks. I have no idea if this would look good at this stage. So let's go ahead and preview this. Go straight to mobile. Yeah, this still fits right here. So this is good, but it doesn't look that good on the desktop preview. Well, it's not too bad, but I mean, it could be, if it was centered on the page, it might look better. So let's try and see if I could center this. So position, center, like, oops, not, that's middle, Control-Z, center. Let's see one more time with the preview how this looks. Yeah, this looks good. So I'm going to leave it like so because it doesn't make much of a difference. So I'm going to close it, but it looks better on this page. All right, so now back to my folder with my images, and I'm going to start tweaking these text boxes by adding my course thumbnails in each of these frames. Okay, so there are 3 courses, and I'm going to replace each of the text boxes for what they should be saying. Okay, so this one is the Personal Branding Master Course. Okay, I'm going to ungroup each of these. Actually go back, like I'm going to Control-Z because I see that because it was grouped and I changed something, I added some text in a group of elements here. I'm going to ungroup each of them first, because if I don't, what's going to happen is that the text and the boxes will be kind of distorted, and I don't want that. Okay, so what I want is to have first, like to have this font being my branded font. Okay, so this needs to be my prompt family. So probably prompt bold, this one as well, this one as well, and this one needs to be prompt light. Okay, so I'm going to use the little brush right here. I'm going to copy here. I don't know why this text box disappeared here on this side, but there. Okay, so now I do have my custom fonts. I just need to change the information for the right one. Okay, so for that, I'm going to copy this information from another document right here that you don't see. Okay, this one is the Personal Branding Master Course, and the description. I decided to make the description fit on 2 lines so that I have a little bit more space for my titles. Okay, I feel like the titles are important and I needed a bit more space. So the prompt bold is maybe a little bit too big. So let's go for the normal prompt. Okay, so prompt light, prompt medium. Let's go for prompt medium. I'm gonna switch back to this brand kit. Okay, so prompt medium. Let's see, yeah, this is better. I'm going to change not all of the prompt bold for prompt medium because this will change it on the entire document. So what I'm going to do is to just use the paint roll right here, the roller, the copy style button. Okay, become the go-to person in your niche. So that is the promise of the Personal Branding Master Course. There's a little arrow right here. So I believe this looks pretty good. Let me see if I should maybe make that a little bit bigger. 16. Yeah, actually, this looks good. I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna delete these and bring the one that fits on 2 lines, because I'm gonna make an effort to have this description for each of the courses fit on only 2 lines. So I need to copy this text box twice, so Command C, Command V, and I'm just using the assisting grids right here, guides, to make sure they are centered. And now I can bring on other information. So the one here in the middle is this course right here that you are following, the Canva Master Course. Just making sure it is centered. And then we have the last one right here, which is Canva Next Level, which is an advanced course about Canva that I'm teaching with Diana. Okay, now description for each of these. Just quickly bringing my information. Again, like, I highly recommend you write the entire copy of your website before you start to design it, because this will make it so much quicker and so much easier for you, because this is probably the hardest job about creating a website, is coming up with your copy. Like, your copy is the most important thing on your website. So yeah, spend some time with it. Figure out what is the most efficient way to say things in the least amount of words possible, okay? So for example here, Personal Branding Master Course, become the go-to person in your niche. This is the promise. Canva Master Course, use Canva to grow your business. Canva Next Level, take your Canva skills to pro level, okay? So these are like very simple sentences, but powerful. Like, I thought long and hard about them and how to express the essence of each of these courses. Now, of course, what you will want to do is to add, now I can group back these groups of elements together. Okay, so each of the groups are going to be grouped together. All of these, oops, not the title, all of these elements need to grab this little arrow. There you go, group. And now I need to add links. Okay, so Udemy actually allows teachers to create their own referral links to their own courses. So that's what I've done here. I've created a direct referral link to each of these courses. And I'm going to just paste them right there in all of these elements. I'm going to speed up this part of the video because I don't think it is super interesting. We've done this before for the social icons. So it's exactly the same process. I'm going to click on every single element right here. So for each of them, I'm going to have the background, like the yellow place, or like the yellow shape. I'm going to have the photo, and I'm going to have all of these other elements. Even the little arrow right here, I'm going to place a link. The link will be the same for all the elements of this box, and same here as well. Okay, so I'm going to place all of these links right here. I fetched the link from my Udemy courses, but of course, this is going to be your service page or product page. So you will be putting links to, and I just see that this was not properly aligned, to your very own product. So I'm going to speed up the video and do this very quickly. All right, I finished adding all my links. What I want to do now is to use the preview button again and preview this website in mobile format. So let me do this. I see when I load my website that it shows me like a dark background first. So I'm kind of wondering if there is detached from, yeah, there is a background right here that I'm going to get rid of. Don't need to see this. Set as image. Let me see if it's here as well. Detach image, no, it's not. So I'm going to Command Z. And here, last one here, detach. Yes, it is as well. Just going to make sure there's no information on this website that I don't need. All right, so I have, let me come back to preview because I was previewing the website and then I was bugged down by the color. Yes, so now it's white, so it's less obvious that something is going on. So page 1 looks good. Page 2, fun and affordable courses. You can see that they are clickable. Okay, everything is clickable. So let me just open one to see open in a new incognito window. Yep, go straight to the course landing page. So yeah, test every single link. Here I have already tested them, but yeah, this page looks great. And we can continue with our next page. So I'm going to be deleting this one right here. The next page is going to be gray. So I'm going to copy this one right here, duplicate page 2, move it down, get rid of everything here. Maybe not the title. I'm going to keep using this title. So here the title would say what my students are saying. Okay, I need this to fit in one single line. Okay, what my students are saying. Okay, and I'm going to make sure this is centered, position centered. Okay. All right, so back to my templates, guys. Let's go back to the templates. Oops, no, actually my start templates right here, because I really liked this layout already made from the same template right here. We were pretty lucky with this template because I liked page number 2, page number 3, and now I'm going to be using most of the layout from page number 4 as well. So adding a new page right here, this is what the page actually looks like. I'm not going to use the title because I already have it, but everything else is going to come to my page right here. Okay, so obviously here you need to fetch some real testimonials. Okay, these are like templates, but yeah, I do have a bunch of testimonials on Udemy, on our YouTube channel. There's a bunch of comments on my Facebook page as well. There's 70 plus reviews right there. So what I've done is that I just selected three testimonials that seem very lovely, and I'm going to be using that on the website. I just see here that I need to put some capital letters here and there, so I am actually consistent with the rest of the website, what my students are saying, and making sure it is perfectly centered. Okay, so the first student is actually called Gabriella, and I'm not gonna put their full names just to respect their privacy, and also in order to respect their privacy, I'm gonna change their photo. I'm not gonna be using their real life photo to respect their privacy. I would recommend if you're building this website with some real client testimonials that either you don't use their photo, or if you do use their photo, ask for permission. Okay, me, because I don't know how to reach out to them, because these were taken out of the hundreds of testimonials I received on my courses, I don't know how to get back to them. So I only have their name and what they have written on my Udemy profile, and they didn't have a photo, or maybe if they had a photo, I didn't want to use it out of respect for them. And also I'm not showing their full last name. So I'm just going to be using some placeholder photos that I found on Canva, but be careful about this. Like for your website, I would recommend you either don't use photos or use real life photos, but you ask for permission first. In my case, because I cannot reach out to them, I'm just going to swap the photo for something else. But the testimonials are absolutely real. Okay, so let's do this. I just wanted to be completely transparent with you guys about the photos, because if you are one of these three people, you would say, what the heck, Ronnie, this is not me. Well, this is why I'm doing it like so. Okay, so Gabriella A, James M, and Josim T are the three people. All right, so what I'm doing now is just I'm copying each of these three people's testimonies, okay, that I'm fetching from my other document right here on my second screen that you don't see. Okay, so there you go. I have all of them, and I just want to make sure these are aligned. You see the stars? I want these stars, maybe change the color of the stars. I would go for my custom yellow, but it's not enough contrast, so I'd use this orange right here. Okay, so change all. Yes, perfect. This looks good. And now I'm going to bring up my photos that I have fetched previously. Okay, and just organizing them right here in these text boxes. I'm going to zoom in slightly so I can center this photo a bit more. Okay, so that's for Gabriella. This is James right here. I'm going to try to make each of the heads about the same size. I think it looks better when there is some sort of consistency also in the size of people, in the size of their photos. This is actually too much. This one as well. Maybe push this one up. Push this one to this side. Yep, and then Josim, I have this photo right here of this young man. And again, these are not the real people. I did that out of respect for their privacy. So there we go. We have the 3 people, we have the real testimonials, and we have the 5 stars. Okay, I'm pretty much done with this page. That was quick. Let's preview it. Let's see how it looks on a mobile. Okay, so I'm going to be scrolling down, making sure everything is good here, what my students are saying. Okay, so I'm seeing each of these testimonials. Oh yeah, I need to change the font. This is not my custom font. Okay, close. All right, so yes, open sans, no. This needs to be prompt bold, or actually prompt medium would be better. 22 is fine, so open source, prompt medium, yes, change all, please. Okay, so this one, what about this one? Prompt medium, and then these ones right here, I'm going to change this for prompt light, and this is too small, I guess, 12. Or maybe because I'm not zoomed in enough, so let's fit to page. Yeah, this actually looks good. So I'm going to select all of this, copy style, and paste the style to the text box right here. Okay, so I think this page is ready now. I can move on to the next page. So if I scroll back up, I have about me, I have the courses, which were the 2 pages I just created. Now let's create the page about talks and webinars. Okay, we have 2 more pages to go. So hold on there. I'm going to continue. I don't think I'm going to cut to a new lecture. This one is going to be a little bit longer. Let's delete all of this information. Now, what I want to do is to recreate something pretty similar to this page right here. So first, I'm going to duplicate page number 3 right here. Duplicate this page. I will move it down, and I will get rid of this. Get rid of the title as well, and bring up the information that I have right here. Okay, so I have my frame, I have my column, I have a call to action, and I have my title. Let's bring on all this information right here, but before that, let's move this background a little bit. Let me first paste. Okay, so why? Okay, I thought this background had been zoomed in already. So no worries, I can double click on it, zoom, move it a bit, like so, and click. So adding this randomness to it. Okay, right here, there's gonna be another photo of me. So this page is all about talks and webinars. Okay, so let's start with the title, talks and webinars. So I want people to be able to work with me, invite me to their events. I'd love to speak, organize workshops, organize webinars. So let's make that clear. Okay, so position, I'm gonna make this center, talks and webinars. And I want to use this photo right here. Okay, I'm going to drop it in my frame because there was still a frame. We couldn't see it, but it was still there. And I'm going to reposition this in my frame so it's a little bit better, better frame. Maybe I can zoom in slightly. Okay, I want to see the camera and the ring light. Okay, I think this looks good. Maybe I could move it so we can see the entire ring light. Let's see. Yeah, now we see the entire ring light. Maybe zoom out slightly, like so. Yeah, I'm happy about this. I'm gonna bring up my text. Okay, so this is my text right here. It says, I deliver talks and webinars about Canva, personal branding, and content creation. I've led training sessions, workshops, and consultancies in over 20 countries for people and companies, including Facebook, Canva, the City of Sydney, and Oxfam. Okay, and then the call to action. The call to action will actually say, book me for your event. Okay, so let's change that. Book me for your event. Okay, that's the call to action. Obviously, it will have another link right here. Then the first one right here, start your Canva journey. We redirected people to our website, the other website. Now, this one right here, I want this to lead them to my messenger, to my Facebook Messenger. So I want them to message me on Facebook, and you could redirect people to a phone number, you could redirect people to an email, you could redirect people to a WhatsApp Messenger. Me, I use Messenger, Facebook Messenger all the time. So I'm gonna be adding a link right here. Let's do that right now for Messenger. And so there is a shortcut for links to Messenger. It's m.me, then /, and then your messenger name. Mine is Ronnie Hermosa. So I believe this should send people to my messenger. So let's try this link. Okay. Oops, it didn't work right here. Oh yeah, I know why, because I used, yes, there are two different links right here. There is the box and there is the text. So now I need to add this link to the text as well. Boom, that's why I didn't underline it. Okay, I ununderlined it, and now I can test this link. I will do that, but first I want to add one more thing to this image, is my Canva Expert badge. Okay, so this is the official badge that Canva gives to the Canva Expert. I don't want it to snap in the frame, so I'm gonna hold my Command key, my Control key on my keyboard, held down, and like so, the badge is going to stick where it needs to be. If I release my Command key, this is what happens. The badge snaps into the frame right here. With my Command key held down, then I can move it around and nothing happens. Okay, I'm gonna make this slightly bigger, like so. Position it right here and release. Okay, so now I need to test this page, see if everything works, and if it does, then we will move on to the next page. So let's preview this page. Go to my mobile. It's really important to have everything looking great on mobile first. So talks and webinars. This one is slightly off to this side, but I can see that this fits. My call to action, I'm gonna click on it, see what happens. Should direct me to Messenger. Yes, it does. So this is great, it works. All right, so I can close this preview. This text right here, maybe it's not exactly centered. Yes, it is. So it's fine. We will see how it looks in real life once we have published the website, because sometimes the preview is slightly off, so we can always have the benefit of the doubt. Okay, we have one more page to go, guys, and this page is the Work With Me page. Okay, so that is actually the page. Let me come back to my start templates right here. That is the page that I'm going to fetch from this other template, this page right here. So I'm going to add a page. So this will be my gray page. So this page right here. Let's copy this one first. So duplicate this page, move it down. Going to get rid of all of this. Change this slightly. I don't know why it didn't work with the yellow section. Actually quite surprised. Let me redo this by zooming in. Something happened that I'm not sure quite like what happened, but something didn't work. but it's fine. It's really easy to fix. I can make this bigger. Just adding this randomness. Okay, so book me for your event. Okay, this last page should say work with me, but it should be aligned on this side. So I'm gonna grab this text and delete this one and paste it back up here. So text here, work with me. Work with me, like so. It's remain consistent with the capital letters, okay? So every word, every important word, I would say. Yep, making sure it is consistent, and it is consistent. Maybe 42, oh yeah, I remember why we kept it to 32, so we stay within the size of these buttons. So let's not mess with this right now. Let's continue and build our last page. Okay, yes, so now that I have this, actually, I can click on this page right here and bring the page, which is going to be my guide. So this is going to be the guide. Okay, I want a big photo like this one. I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. So you see, it's actually taking the entire space of the page, like so. And I'm gonna replace this photo by a visual that I have here, which is this one. Okay, so this looks good. I can see the computer with all the tools. I'm here like looking at the viewer, the visitor, and smiling. I can see that I'm working on something interesting here. So yeah, this is what I will be using. Maybe I can slightly zoom in this picture like so. And but I want to keep like the webcam and all this stuff because I think it's interesting. Okay, so this is what it's going to be looking like, and I will have my text right here. Maybe I can push this to this side a bit, or maybe I can simply let me resize my photo. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to its original size. Okay, I think the layout of this page looks good. Now I just have to bring my text. Maybe I'll try to make this one centered with what's coming here. And so I have my text right here. I'm just going to copy it from another document and bring it here. So I'm not losing your time. So my text is saying this: reach out if you are interested in sponsoring our videos on YouTube, getting me on your podcast, booking me for your event, collaborating on content creation, becoming an affiliate for my courses, or purchasing a coaching session. Okay, so these are just different ways we could work together. I'm just suggesting here to anyone visiting the website. Okay, I can delete this page. I'll keep the last one because I'm going to show you a last trick. And then the call to action here will be my email. Okay, so I'm going to copy this button, bring it here, making sure it is centered right here. And I'm going to just write my email. So, okay, this is the email. And obviously I need to change the link. So when you type in an email in the link box, Canva will automatically recognize it is an email. And when you click on it, when people click on it, let me copy it first because I also need to paste it in the box. This time I will not forget. Otherwise there's another link here. You see there's still the messenger link. There we go. When people click on it, they will be prompted to, let me show you, I will go to the link, to send an email. Okay, so here my computer is not configured, so opens the email software automatically. But if you have configured this, or if you're using this on your phone, it will open an email. Okay, so let me quit this for now. Okay, so this is what it is. Let's preview this last page, making sure it looks good on mobile. We're getting pretty close, guys. Our website is really taking shape, and I like how this is looking. So there's an image not low. There you go. So first call to action. I will double check every single call to action, obviously. You absolutely need to do this. Work with me. Okay, the photo is going to come here underneath. There you go. So this looks good. Work with me. Call to action, the photo. Perfect. All right. So the last thing I want to do here is to create, because remember, this is a scroll down landing page. So the last thing I would like to do is to create a little section, which is kind of like a footer. So I'm going to reduce the size of this page to the minimum. I'm going to change the color to black. And I'm going to add a link here that says go back to top. Okay, or back to top. So for this, I'm just going to create a text box and it says back to top. Very simply, back to top. And then I will add a link to this to go back to the home page, to this page right here. All right, I think we are good to go. Prompt bold. Yep, this is already in the right font, in size 16. That is fine with me. So, guys, now it is time to add all our links to these different buttons right here. So let me show you how to do this. The first one right here, and again, we'll need to add a link to the square or the rectangle and the text box. Okay, let's make sure we do this. So let's start with the text box. Okay, so adding a link, and this will actually, I can link to pages in this document. So you can link to an external URL, or you can link to a specific page in this document. So this one, about me, I want this to be linked to this page right here. So I'm going to click on this page, I'm going to remove the underline, and then clicking on the rectangle and do the same thing. Go to page 2. Okay, good. And then just do the same thing for every single page. So this one will go to page number 3. Same for the text box. Don't want it underlined. And this one will need to go to page number 5 because page number 4 is the students' testimonials. So page number 5. Same for the text box. This goes to page 5. Get rid of the underline. And then the last page is page 6. Text box, page 6. There we go. No underline. And then the last little thing here, back to top. This one will have a link to, and will actually come to page 1. There you go. And also no link. All right. I believe we are done, guys. So the last thing I need to do, but I will spare you this part, is to check every single link. Okay. So I will do that on my own, but I think our website is done. Let's quickly go to grid view to see the different pages. Okay, you see, so page 1 is our link in bio with all the links that will redirect the viewer to every single page. Not page 4, but they will get to page 3. They scroll down, they will see some student testimonials. And then the last one looks a bit broken here, but it's not. Let's preview it. All right, so you see the buttons here. Let me click on one to see. Yep. Talks and webinar. I'm going to go to the last one, click on this, go back to the top. Perfect. Let's go to courses. Yes. Go back. About me. Perfect. Which one? Work with me. Perfect. Back to top. There you go, guys. This is a cool little website that we have created in what? Less than 2 hours. Social links, LinkedIn, it's all working. So yeah, I think this is a great way to create your personal website, your business website. You can be very flexible with everything you put here. You can create a longer website. You can create a shorter website. Could be a single page website. It's really up to you. But what's important to remember from this lecture is that I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just used some existing templates and I mixed and matched them to basically go find what I needed from different templates that I found were already well made. Maybe in the design level, they were not exactly what I was looking for, but at the functional level, they had the right layout, the right size, they look great on mobile. Somebody has thought about all of these things before me, so I could just leverage that work and just customize it by changing the background, by adding your own visuals, and of course your own copy. Then you can completely customize your website and no one will know this comes from this or that template. You will have your very own website looking great with all the information that you need. All right, so that's it for this lecture. In the next one, I'm going to show you the different options that you will have to actually publish your website, make it available online so that people can find it and start using it.
You've made it through the entire Build Your Brand series, and now your brand isn't just an idea, it's fully built. Let's wrap up with one last look at how everything connects, and what to do next to grow.
I am very happy to see you here. This means you have followed the course until the end. And for that, I am very proud of you. If you liked the course, please don't forget to leave me a review if you haven't done so yet. This will help me big time gain some visibility on this platform. And if you've learned new things that helped you become a better designer or a better content creator, why don't you go ahead and recommend this course to a friend of yours who also wants to become a better designer? Also, I would like to invite you to share the content you have created for this course in our Facebook community, our Facebook group, in order to receive some feedback from us, but also from the community. And don't forget, we have the YouTube channel where Diana and I teach every week about some new Canva features and some fresh tutorials. So make sure you subscribe to that as well. I think that's it. This has been fun, guys. But now comes the difficult time of saying goodbye. I wish you all the best. Take care, and I will see you in the next course.
That's it. You did it. You've officially completed the Build Your Brand series. From your mission and voice to your visuals, presentations, and now a simple website, you've built a real brand with real tools. No fluff, no excuses, and no code required. If this series helped you at any step, drop a comment on the playlist and let me know what you created. Rewatch anytime, redesign as you grow, and keep using these tools to stay consistent and clear. This is me 2 times, elevate me to you, and this is just the beginning. Keep building, keep showing up. I'll see